Ah, ah, ah. What's up, guys? My name is Biku, and in March of 2011, Apple released what was at the time probably the best tablet in the world, the iPad 2. And now I am here to show you how this old boy holds up in 2016. So let's have a look. Now, if all other Windows and Android tablets from the time were fish just crawling outside of the sea, then the iPad 2 was man first discovering fire. Yes, it was that far ahead of everything else at the time. The iPad 1 was still a good device, but the iPad 2 really leapt forward in terms of design and thinness and just everything in general. It was just generally the best thing that you could get at the time. And it still looks at least fairly good to today, even if you compare it to most modern Android and Windows tablets. But time has not been too kind to the iPad 2. Don't worry, it's not dead just yet, but it is a little slow compared to modern tablets. Well, when I say a little slow, I mean really slow. But it is still usable, and that's a good thing because you can still use it for web browsing and email and YouTube and all other simple Facebook or Twitter or stuff like that. It still works. It's just not really good for some of the more demanding apps and games. Now, something that has held up really well, surprisingly well, is the battery. The battery on the iPad 2, when it first came out, could get you through, they claimed, 10 hours. And let me tell you today, it's still as basically can. I can still get a full day of heavy use out of an iPad 2, only having to plug it in at the end of the day. And it still has Apple's amazing standby time. I've left it alone for a week once, and it only lasts 5 to 10% battery life, which for a tablet that is almost 5 years old is amazing. It really shows you that when you put a quality battery into a product, it will last, which is something that most manufacturers could learn from today. Now, I'm not saying that Apple is brilliant and everything they make is complete horse magic or whatever, unicorn magic, unicorn dust, whatever. When iOS first came out, it was very simple to use. All the gestures were very simple. The iPad 2 originally came out with iOS 4, but it still supports up to today iOS 9.2, which is amazing considering how well Apple supports their older devices. Considering most other Android tablets, even today, you're lucky to get one update a year. Now, my iPad doesn't have a cracked screen or dented back or whatever, but I have seen many a fallen brother of the iPad 2 fall on the floor, be bashed in bags, and end up with cracked screens and broken buttons, and have people having to use the little on-screen, whatever it's called, accessibility touch thing to be able to actually lock and unlock the bloody thing. But I did accidentally step on mine once. And as a cause of that, now sometimes when you look at a white background, there is a little green mark where I stepped really hard. And sometimes, and I don't know why, it could be a loose ribbon cable inside the iPad or something, but sometimes some of the pixels will be stuck in either red or green. And I don't mean just one or two, I mean half the screen is stuck in either red or blue. And I will actually have to wrench on it, like really wrench on it. I don't know how well you can see that, to get it to go back to normal. It's only happened a couple times, but it does happen. Now, this is some of the things that you can expect, well, not that specifically, that I've never seen before, but these are some of the things that you can expect to see with such an old device. You'll see some wear and tear that you obviously won't get with a brand new device. But think about this, your old iPad 2, it's still good enough for, say, a child or your kid's first tablets, so they can play and download all the simple games and fun activities that they want to do without having to clog up your phone or tablet with all their child games. So if you've recently upgraded, then the iPad 2 is the perfect tablet for your kid. which, if you look at old tablets, I mean, I saw a similar Android tablet that was from a similar time to this one. Maybe it was even a bit newer, and now the battery lasted half an hour and you could barely do anything on it. So compared, and I know I've probably said this already, but compared to other Android tablets from the time, the iPad 2 is still looking like a bit of a stud. So, how well does the iPad 2 compare in 2016? I'm going to say pretty damn well. I'd love to know what you think, so post that in the comments below. But this has been my video of how well the iPad 2 compares in 2016. So thank you all for watching, and goodbye.